Hello.
Well,
Um, are you good
my good? In which sense?
in the sense of mental clarity?
Mental clarity. I think I'm average.
You think you're rich?
Average.
Average, or
Yeah. What about you?
I'm normal?
You're
Yeah,
normal.
the same actually, kind of, huh?
Okay. Cool. I think these are enough conditions to have a chat about these topics. What do you think?
Forgive me, I didn't catch that.
I said these are enough conditions, I think, to have a conversation about these topics that you see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, our moods, the state we are in.
Enough to have a conversation about these topics that you see in the welcome message.
Okay, let me take a look.
Oh, you didn't check the topics.
Yeah, all right. Now, yeah, good.
Okay. Cool.
God, atheism. If I'm not mistaken, you study philosophy at the university, right? Like philosophy is your major.
It is.
hmm Um, do you argue a lot with your teachers, professors? Did you hear me?
I heard you, man, but it's boring me a little bit. You should know that. It's not important what I do in my daily life.
No, it is actually kind of relevant to.
Why so? Okay, you don't want to answer.
No, I want to answer.
Really? That's not convincing. Okay, you're not communicating.
Hey,
Hey,
I have a question. Do you believe in afterlife?
no, I don't. What about you?
Yeah, I do believe
You believe in afterlife?
afterlife.
Okay. Why so? Why so? Is the question that I never get answered. Weird. That's the question.
This question is so important. But if this my if this my language, I will describe you. You have to, or you should, believe in life after death, because the universe, it's not make himself.
It's not
There is
making what?
some, the universe, it's not make himself.
It's not
You
making
know,
soul?
himself. The universe, it's not makes himself.
So what?
If you just if you study that in anything in our life, you will find more details and more details. It's impossible these things find himself.
Find himself.
There is
Man, like this is not clear what you're saying. We're not communicating well. Okay. When you say himself, you're referring to what exactly? He. Who is he here in this conversation?
if you don't can hear me, I can describe that.
I hear
So
you. I don't understand you. He. You said he himself. Who?
I tell you, you don't believe by life after this.
Yes, I
Why?
don't
Why you
believe
don't
it.
believe
Yeah,
that?
because I don't. I
Why?
don't have evidence. That's why I don't believe in it.
Okay. If you believe or you're not, if we are dead now, okay, and
Yeah.
find the life after this, what you will do after that?
Depends on the afterlife that I found, and the same goes
Yeah.
for
Now,
you. But why should I think about that? I don't see any good reason to believe that there's an afterlife.
So, don't you think that it would be better if you said "I don't know" instead of "I don't believe"?
It's both. I don't know. I don't believe.
No, because when you don't know, you're not supposed to not believe.
I'm not supposed to believe, and that means
Because
I may not believe also, and I don't believe.
yeah, it is 50-50 chance, you know.
No, it's not
Hello?
50-50 chance. I just don't believe it's not 50-50 chance.
শালা রাখো ছেলে তোমার এইসব গ্রুপ তারপর থেকে হ্যালো হ্যালো
That was just seconds. Hello, man. Are you deaf?
হ্যালো হাউ আর ইউ
I'm not good because you're
ওয়্যার
interrupting
ফ্রম
us. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Yeah, it's not 50-50. I just
So
don't believe. Simple.
I'm just trying. I just want to understand your point. Like, if you do not know, like how is it not 50-50?
Yeah, that either you believe or you don't believe, okay? And I don't believe. There's no 50-50 here. Either you believe in something or you don't believe, man. It's clear, it's simple. Either you know or you don't know. I don't know. And if you ask me whether I believe or not, I don't believe. And
Okay.
there's a good reason for me not to believe in things. Not only afterlife,
Mm,
God, angels, many other things. There are many things that I don't believe.
mm,
I don't believe
mm,
in all those things because there's no sufficient evidence for those claims.
mm,
That's
mm,
fine. Simple.
yeah.
I'm not
Sorry.
claiming that they don't exist. I don't
Mm,
care.
mm,
Maybe they exist, but since there's no good evidence for me right now, there's no need to think that they exist. No, I don't think that they exist. Why start to believe in something when there's evidence for it? Okay. So, for
mm.
example, why don't you believe in unicorns right now? Or do you think
Uh,
that aliens are visiting us right now? Are they watching us right now? Do you believe in
I,
that?
I don't know.
No, no, no. I'm not asking whether you know or not. Like, do you believe that they're watching us right now?
Okay, you're saying that even you. Okay, your point is that even if a person doesn't know, he has to, like, he either has to believe or not.
There are no other options, man.
Yeah,
When it
yeah, yeah,
comes
yeah.
to
That is
belief,
your point.
that's my point. There are no any other options when it comes to belief. Either you believe or you don't believe. And just simply answer this question. Do you believe that aliens are watching us right now? Do you believe in such a thing? No, right?
I yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So
No,
if there's
sorry,
such a
sorry.
question,
I'm just trying to say that, like, isn't it possible for us, like, cannot I just say I neither believe nor like,
not
how to say
believe.
it?
No, it's impossible. Either you believe or you don't believe. That's the true dichotomy here.
Sorry, is it a subject in philosophy?
Yeah, it is. And it's about logic.
Could I speak, please?
You did it already.
Like just assuring, yeah. So, like, how do you assume something without actually studying about it? Let's say you're asking Senator here, have you studied for unicorn or it's anything about it?
You're not making any sense right now, man. What are you saying?
I'm saying if I did not research about something, how could I believe or not believe it?
Okay,
معجزات in the past, and a lot of people saw that. You know, a lot of people after all country saw that. So, and after Musa come Jesus, and a lot of people saw Jesus when Jesus uh, make uh, make a big معجزات, a big different things, a big things without science. You know, after that, take a Muhammad after Jesus 500 years, and he says, or he said same things. I think it's all those people. It's not lies. Okay, I think it's a real thing. There is a God. There is a Allah, and
just
you
because
if
some
you saw.
people are repeating the same stories, that means it's real. If you repeat a story a lot, that doesn't mean it's true. Okay? People are talking about
Man,
dragons again and again, and that doesn't mean it's true. Okay? So there are many stories on this planet that you don't believe, but those stories are being told over centuries, over thousands of years, but that didn't make it true. So you don't believe in many stories. But when it comes to your stories, you just believe for other reasons, not because they talk about the same topic. No, that's not the reason that you believe in those stories. There are other reasons. Don't say that just because they repeat the same things, that's why it means it's real. No. If you repeat a story, it doesn't mean it's real.
Hello, guys.
Again,
Yeah. Listening to everything you are just saying, and I would like to make to do a question or to make a question.
okay.
Um, okay, if there is not God, how would you explain the reality? How do you explain the world?
I don't have to. That doesn't mean I'm able to. Just because I'm not able to, that doesn't mean God explains it. or that doesn't mean God is the explanation. You can honestly say I don't know, right? When you don't know the answer of
Okay.
something. But like
Mm,
believers are
I
not
see.
satisfied with this answer. They say, "Oh, how come you don't know? Look, my religion knows it." And they're okay when they have answers and they don't question whether those answers are true or false. They don't care. They're so satisfied with those answers, or they're satisfied that they have answers. Like saying that I
Hmm.
don't know is like a weakness for them.
Okay. But have you ever studied or researched about all the evidences that are given
Give me the best one.
in
Let's
defense of Christianity?
yeah, give me the best one, and let's see if I did research or not.
Okay. The first one I would give you is
Not
the
first one,
reality.
not first one. The best one. Give me the best one.
Fine tuning argument.
Yeah, fine tuning argument doesn't mean there's a God. It doesn't prove a God exists.
Okay, but you disbelieve him does not prove he don't exist. He
I never
doesn't
said
exist.
that. I never said that God doesn't exist. Did you hear me when
Okay.
saying God doesn't exist?
No, no.
Okay.
Okay, but what you think about the proof that the Bible gives about,
Which
the
one?
existence
And
of God?
tell me the best evidence that the Bible gives.
The explanation of the creation, of everything.
Explanation. This is not an evidence. It's just an explanation. If I explain to you how this world exists, how this universe exists,
Hmm.
are you gonna believe? No, right? So just because
No,
there is an
no.
explanation,
It's not only about believing or not. It's about to see the reality of the
oh, we
reliability
look
of
at the
the
reality.
evidences.
We look at the reality. The universe seems like 14 billion years old, but when we look at the Bible, it seems like 6,000 years old. Like there, that that's unbelievably false. So
Mm,
why we should look at Bible, man?
okay. What about the philosophical evidences that too many theologians gives
Yeah,
about
they give, and they're not well enough, or they're not convincing for me.
okay. My actually my I don't know how to make some question I would like to make to do about the existence or not of God and these old stuff because actually I don't know how to use certain words
You
to
don't know how
ask
to
for that.
use certain words to ask. You can use translator, man.
Okay, I
Yeah.
can I can do that, but questions right now. Maybe I'm
Okay, you're free to come later.
okay.
Everything that begins to exist has a cause. The universe began to exist. Therefore, the universe has a cause. That cause is argued to be God, timeless, space. Yeah, you see that there are many huge problems in this argument, and this argument is. And there's a guy, William Lane Craig. He made this argument popular again, and yeah, with full of problems. Everything that begins to exist. Okay. Well, when they say the universe began to exist, that doesn't make any sense, and there's no clear evidence for that. We know that the universe began to exist. I mean, universe began to expand, but that doesn't mean universe began to exist. Just because something is expanding, that doesn't mean it started existing. Okay, that's the first false thing. Um, in this argument. We don't know. Okay. When we don't know, you can't say that this premise is true. We don't know. Man, you're not Englishing right now, I think. No one
But
said
for you,
no one said Big Bang never happened. Like Big Bang happened, but that doesn't mean like there was nothing. Okay, when you say something began to exist, it sounds like there was nothing and it popped into existence. It sounds like that. And we don't know that if this is the case, if this was the case for the universe. We know that it began to expand. Again, just because something is expanding, that doesn't mean it starts to exist. Do you understand this?
Well, how do you even like come up with this? Because something has to be created, then it will
Something has to
expand.
be created. Okay, so God must be created, then God can start creating things.
God is eternal. How
What?
can be God
Okay,
created?
then I will claim that the universe is eternal. It just started expanding. That's all.
Okay, no, that's not a valid. What do you even mean? God is like, I mean, God is eternal, but like,
That's what you claim.
universe is not a being.
The universe is
Universe
not
is
a.
not a being.
Doesn't have to be like something is eternal versus something is eternal. Is there any fucking rule that it must be a being? Yeah, I can claim that the universe is eternal. Can you prove me that the universe didn't exist at that time in the past? Is there any time that the universe didn't
Didn't
exist?
you claim that like Big Bang happened, then all this shit were created? Isn't
Created,
that your claim?
created.
Uh, yes, created.
Man, you're using the word as if you were there, as if you were a friend of God and God, you were watching God while He was creating things. Like, why are you being so
Well,
arrogant about this topic?
because if you're proving God is real, then God put it in Quran, then I can therefore assume that if someone that much powerful, then God actually created it.
You're assuming a lot of things. A lot of things. Why we should go with your assumptions? Well, you don't
It's
have
a
evidence
fact.
that there was nothing before. You don't have evidence for that. You don't have evidence
How do you have,
for God's existence. You don't have evidence for the eternity of God. You don't have evidence about any of those things.
how do you have evidence for Big Bang then?
Big Bang, okay? But this is something that we already agree. So why you show me evidence for something that we already agree? You should show me evidence for the things that we do not agree.
Are you talking to me, Senator?
I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I do.
Are you? Yeah. Did you say? Did you just say that you have evidence for Big Bang?
No, I did not.
No.
If you guys want to debate about Big Bang, no, there won't be such a debate.
No, no, but I'm just want to tell you, am I correct? Like for you to believe, for you to know something, belief shouldn't, must not exist, right?
Belief must not exist.
Yeah, I mean, for you for you to know something, when you know something, you don't believe.
The kind and like now knowledge is like subset of beliefs. Like there are a lot of reasons coming together, and they're kind of obvious, and it's the collection of those things. Then we call it knowledge. But if you go deeper, then knowledge can be a belief also. You can push me to the corner, and I can say that. Wait a second, maybe I don't know that. Maybe I just believe in it.
Mm. No, 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 because belief doesn't mean no, because belief doesn't contain the sureness, the certainty.
So what?
So, but to know contain that peculiar thing. It is certain.
Certain. Okay, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like if you go further, even knowledge can become ambiguous, suspicious for me. But no problem. We are talking about beliefs here, not knowledge. Atheism and theism is about belief, not knowledge. We don't have to talk about even knowledge. That's why the question comes, do you believe a God exists? I never asked, do you know a God exists? I never asked such a question.
Uh, with all due respect, I really do not understand when you say that we humans must either believe or not. Like you just give us two options, and
Yeah, because it's it's either A or not A. That's logic.
what if
Either
not? What if not both of them? Like not A and not B.
it's impossible, man. Like logically, it's impossible. So cherry pick any topic, okay? Like say anything.
Uh, Anything?
Yeah.
Okay, for example, um, oh, but nothing is coming to my mind.
Forget it. Like again, like if it's about belief, okay? Any topic you choose, if it's about belief, either you believe in it or you don't believe in it.
No, because okay, because do you know what I mean? Because as I have just mentioned earlier, believing is not certain. It doesn't contain certainty. So for this reason, you can have like multiple beliefs. I mean, not yeah, like you can.
What do you mean multiple beliefs?
I mean that.
Okay, like the topic is God. Well, what is the multiple beliefs here? Listening. Either
Uh,
you believe or you don't believe a God exists. And that's all we can say about belief. No third option. Either you believe or you don't believe. If there is a third option, I want to know. By the way, it's not about even must. You're saying, oh, you're saying that you
okay,
must
hey,
believe
hey,
or
hey,
not.
hey.
But I
Let
never
me
said
tell
that
you.
you must.
Sorry. What if your belief? Okay, what if your belief is that uh, you don't know, and you don't know whether God exists or not? That is
It's
your
not
belief.
belief.
Okay.
It's not belief. It's either you don't know or you know. Okay, this is not about belief. It's about knowledge. So it's a different topic. Either you know something or you don't know something. Okay. We have some engaging problems. Thanks for your time. You're welcome.
Okay. Where are you from, man?
I'm from heaven, man.
Good. Heaven?
Yeah, heaven.
Yeah. That is first time I heard that. Where is this country?
You don't have to know, man. You don't have to know everything, okay?
Okay. You know Egypt?
I don't care about Egypt, man. I care about these topics. Why you want to talk about countries? You don't like my topics?
I like your topic, but
Okay. Then stick to the
you don't.
topics.
if you believe or if you don't believe. But I tell you something. If you did now, or if you have this and find it real, and you find a God, and the God tell you, the people tell you in the first life, believe by me, believe by God, and uh, you don't believe, you don't want believe. What? How you will answer?
Answer
How
what?
what? How you will answer for your God if you find a life after this?
Yeah, how
What?
you will answer if you find that it's not the God that you believe in? What if you find five gods when you die? How you will answer? Imagine you died and there are five gods and they said, "Hey, Abdul, why you didn't believe in us?"
Why? It's not
Yeah, you
five.
claim that there is only one God. It's shirk if you believe in many gods. That's what you believed in all your life. Why you rejected us, man? What if they punish you?
Mm-hmm.
You don't think about that, right? So you think that you are the only right one. The people who don't believe are the false one, and they have to answer the question if there's a God when they die. No, you're wrong. Okay, you might be in the same boat like me. And by the way, I have better excuses. You just say that those gods don't exist. There's only one God. This is a bigger claim. Okay, I believe if those gods will judge us, they'll punish you more because I never say they don't exist. Okay, I say maybe they exist, maybe they don't exist, or maybe there are two gods, or maybe there is even one God. I don't know the answer. I just don't believe because I don't see satisfying evidence for myself. I don't see.
Mm,
And if those guys are knowledgeable, probably they know what I think, what I feel. Okay. I'm sincere. I'm honest. I'm seeking for the evidence, by the way. They also know that if they're knowledgeable again. But in your case, you are so arrogant, you just read a book, you think that the book is right, or you find your parents believing in that religion, and you think that it's right. When you die, if you learn that there are five gods, that means you rejected five gods. You rejected all of them.
I will tell you something. I was
No,
don't
no, no.
believe
Don't
by
tell
God.
me something. You just think about
I
what I said.
I don't. Yeah, yeah. If I find the message have a five gods, I will believe by five gods. Because what? The miracle, this miracle in the past, a lot of people, maybe more than 1,000 people, saw same thing, and all them talk about
No,
this
no,
thing,
no, 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 no.
and the
Stop, stop,
history
stop,
write
stop,
it.
stop, stop, stop. Just because people tell stories, that doesn't mean it happened. Okay, that doesn't mean miracles were real. Okay,
You tell
there are many
the man is
stories.
arrogant, but you are
There are
arrogant,
many
right?
stories that
You re-
people tell all the time. Don't be
you read
disrespectful.
the
You're
Quran ever,
interrupting
bro,
me. I'll kick your ass
bro, bro.
out if you keep interrupting me.
Guys,
Okay,
guys, yeah, yeah,
be
guys,
respectful. Be respectful. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
You're still
respectful our
unmuting yourself.
our
You will stay as muted till I finish my speech, okay?
You are bullshit,
No,
bro.
you're a fucking
Fuck
asshole,
off.
bro. You're a fucking asshole, idiot.
yeah. We will arrive what? Now I tell you in since 30,000 years ago, and we the history write about someone. His name is Musa, and this man make a lot of miracles, and a lot of people in Egypt saw that, and a lot of people write
You
it in
believe
same
that
time.
they saw that, and the people who wrote those stories, they believe that such things happen. Maybe even they don't believe. Maybe they just wrote stories to convince other people. Just
Not
because you find a
thousand,
book.
not thousand man, right? Same thing and same time. Not thousand man.
Because
If this
no, they don't
imagine a story,
write.
maybe
No, you find those things in only in Old Testament and New Testament and Quran. You don't find many books talking about how Moses split the Red Sea. You don't find many books talking about those things. You don't find
you
you
will.
find them
I
only in
can
those books.
I can send you maybe 50 books talk about that in different peoples
Different
and
people
and
written, but
different
when
people.
written when.
Yeah, You saw pyramids. I saw pyramid. You will find in a pyramids these buildings in Egypt.
Pyramids even don't talk about Moses. Why
Not
they're not
Moses.
talking?
Well,
Yeah, why
you
never
you
we don't find any hieroglyphs talking about Moses? Why we don't find?
about the pyramids have a writing about this miracles in the
No,
pyramids
no, they
in
don't have. They don't have.
okay man you don't must believe by God. It's just your opinion. I can't kill you believe or not, but it's just argument or discussing together. So I think I will don't lose something if I believe in
Oh,
this life.
I just mentioned what you lose if you believe wrongly. Okay. As I said, what if your religion is false religion? What if Christianity is true? Do you think that you won't lose anything when you die? Well, what if
I will.
Judaism is true?
Okay, man.
You don't know
I
that.
think I know that. I think I shouldn't go now. I have a dinner, and I will
Okay.
go back.
Bon appetit. Bye bye.
Bye.
Yeah, people don't think about these important questions. They think that their religion is the only true religion, and they think that they're saved because they die as a believer of their religion. But they don't think about other religions. They think and they reject those religions. For what reasons? For really bad reasons. The way that they believe in their religions are nearly the same. They are Muslims because they're born in Muslim families, Muslim countries. They're Christians because they're born in Christian families, Christian countries. Majority of the people start to believe in their religion in that way. So, how lucky they are, right? They're born in the true religion, but yet they accuse other religion being false religion. They're so lucky. Yeah,
I
Shepard.
mean, yeah, I think I agree with you, but still you have to question everything, even if you are a believer or not.
I'm questioning every day.
Yeah. I mean, lots of people, like you said, they born as Christians because of their family or like or Muslim.
Yeah, they're born
And
in Muslim families, countries.
yeah, I mean, even I believe that even when you're born as a Muslim, you still have to find your own path. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. Yeah. It only means that you're born in that family, in that country. That's all.
And I saw that the people, I mean, if they get oppressed by their family, for example, they got worse. I mean, it's getting worse for them because they um their perception of religion um like distorted by their family. So it's really hard for them to think unbiased.
Sure, if people are being oppressed, they can become hateful towards that religion, towards that culture. Yeah, we want to be free mostly. Even if it's something is true, just by forcing people, you can make them stay away from that thing.
Yeah. Even like for example, I have two brothers, and our perception of religion is very different because mostly I was not at home because I stayed in dormitory, in high school and in college. So I was not in home. Like I didn't interact with my family that much. I mean, even in the phone, we didn't talk that much. So their thoughts didn't affect me. I mean, it affected me, but at a minimal level, I think.
Yeah, interaction is important.
Yeah.
Hey, Fighter, how are you? Fighter is busy. I'll recreate the room so that we might have more people.
Hello.
Hello,
Oh,
man.
I'm good, man. How are you, Phil?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Just warming up.
You okay? You are creating the new room.
Yeah.
Okay, man. I will join there. Okay.
You're sleepy, man.
No, I'm not sleepy. I was just listening, like, and like my mic doesn't work properly. If I'm using the mobile phone, so I was
Ah,
using my mobile phone right now, so that's why I was like late to respond to you when you asked me.
okay. Oh, but for your information, your mobile phone may apply excessive noise cancellation. Maybe that's why it sounds bad, okay?
Okay, maybe I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, just a tip. I created, then I'm joining.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, let's start with this by muting people at the beginning. Okay, you had any other debates yesterday?
I just yeah, I didn't have any other debates yesterday. I was joining your room, and after that I left. Yeah,
Mm.
Horacio was talking for a long time.
Who was talking?
Horacio,
Oh,
the old
Russia
man.
was active. Yeah. He was
Yeah.
active yesterday. Yeah. I streamed like 8 hours, man, in total. I had a break after
Oh,
five
yesterday.
hours. Yeah.
Oh my
Uh,
God, that's a long
yeah.
time.
And then later on at night, there was 3 hours.
Yeah, but even such a old man get offended, sometimes
Old man.
after such experience. Yeah.
So you think that age
Yeah,
is
he's old. Like
making
he's 70.
people more mature? No, not old people.
No, but like at least people who are like maybe above 50, they are somehow like more patient, right, with people. Don't you think so?
Maybe it's because of their energy. Maybe they're not that much energetic to, go against or to argue, to discuss.
Yeah, you're right.
I know many old
So today we are
people.
not getting the speakers.
Yeah,
Hmm.
today it's weekends, and I don't know. Maybe people are going outside, chilling outside. Bishek. I see this name a lot.
Yeah, Abhishek is a common name in India.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the most common name.
Hmm. Okay, new information. What about Sandeep?
This is also a common name.
Okay, what about Jesper?
Jasper is not an Indian name.
Okay. My bad.
So now
Okay.
we are talking about names in your room.
Yeah, like it couldn't be more boring, right? It could be.
Let's wait. Let's wait for some time. Maybe people will join.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hello, man.
and anyone who speaks a little Arabic?
No, but even if the answer was yes, that wouldn't be helpful for you.
I want learning English, but I have a little more.
That's why you should be careful about the level of the languages before you join a room. I set the level as upper intermediate.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for understanding. Mostly, I just talk to the wall. People don't understand. One. Oh, wow. Khalid. Sheet? Doesn't sound good, man. If that's your real surname, maybe you can ignore it.
Yes, yes, it is my real surname.
Okay, man. I hope people
How are you?
are not mocking that much. I'm okay. How about you?
I don't comprehend the document.
Okay.
I hear you very good.
Cool, cool. Bum, 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 bum,
What's
bum,
going
bum,
there? What's going on?
And you should tell me what's going on there, man. Are you flying right now?
There's some flyer
I think you're flying.
flying.
Yeah, flying. There's some noise.
There is some news, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you doing in your life?
I'm not here to talk about my life, man. If you check the topics, none of them are about my life.
Yeah, yeah. Topic,
Is it
ethics,
noise from my side? Is it
morality,
noise from my
afterlife,
side?
soul,
Probably,
existence
yeah.
of
Yeah, it
religion,
is.
existence of religion, the purpose of life. You can follow my YouTube channel. Okay, bro. Okay.
Hello, am I audible to you?
Yes, you are, man. So you are the one who has the background noise.
Maybe
Maybe, like, you don't know where you are right now? I think you're on the street.
I'm at the terrace of my home. So
Outside, you
and
mean?
road is
Okay, we have lost him. uh, sometimes people do not calculate how much noise there are in their environment.
Everywhere there is the noise. Everywhere.
What?
Everywhere, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Where are you from?
I'll meet you, man. I'll meet you because you're careless, you don't care about what you're reading, or you're not respecting what you're reading. That's not okay. Okay, Kumar. Oh, the noisy guy.
Actually,
You're back.
I am new at this app.
You're new at this app?
Yes, I have just downloaded and
You just
joined
downloaded?
this.
This is not an application. How did you download?
Oh, I came to the browser and opened free for talk because I have to prepare for my TOEFL exam.
TOEFL exam, okay.
I want to go to US for study.
I see. But you should learn to read first. That will be really useful for you for your exam. You should learn how to read and you should understand what you're reading, okay? And you should use a noise cancellation program because it's very noisy. We mentioned about that, right? Trrrup.
Yes, it is voice of truck.
Oh, really? I thought it's a
Yes.
dinosaur.
Where are you from?
Okay. So you're the second person that I'm muting in this room because you guys are not caring about what other people are saying, or you guys don't understand what other people are saying. I was just suggesting you to read and understand. And you didn't get what I mean. Okay, we'll wait, Factor. Let's be patient today. Let's see if there are people who are reading the topic or the welcome message. Let's see. Hello, only one. Nikaraj. Nikaraj. Many fellows from Asia today, okay? Nikaraj. Yes, some people don't talk like this.
Hello, bro.
Hello, bro.
Oh, where are you from?
I'm from heaven.
I am from hell.
Okay, I didn't ask, but anyway.
Do you have princess
Do I what?
in heaven? Do you have furry in heaven?
Sorry, I don't understand
Bruh.
you. Okay, 3. Well, let's make a counter because we will have a lot of fellows like this. Let's see. How many people? Panday. 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 Fighter, I will try again. I should change something. This time let's type only philosophy.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what the view of the purpose of life?
What is the purpose of life?
Yeah, according to you.
According to me, I don't know. I even don't know whether there is the purpose of life or not.
So, what do you think about that? Like, what's in your mind? Yeah. After this question, you see this question.
I say I don't know, right? What does it mean I don't know? You are listening this on YouTube?
Yeah, I also
Yeah, but
listen on YouTube.
there will be a latency, you know that.
Okay, so I just turn off my
It's up to
PC.
you. It's up to you.
Yeah, I shut down my PC.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
sure, you're clear.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like God is existing in our planet or in universe.
It's a question?
Yeah.
I don't believe, I don't think so.
Okay. So, what do you think about like the power of nature? You believe in power of nature,
Like,
like
universe is powerful, yeah. There are a lot of powers in the universe, yeah.
okay. So, what do you think about where the power of nature come from?
I don't know. Maybe it never came. Maybe it was always there.
Okay.
What do you think?
So, I'm not. huh, I think like both are in case like maybe God exists, may not be God not exist.
Mhm.
And
You're agnostic too, okay?
yeah,
I see. Okay. Okay. I'll recreate the room, okay?
okay.
If you want to
Why you are
continue.
recreating?
Because there aren't many people, that's why.
Only we are three left in this room.
Yes. So I like it when there are more people.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to continue, you can
So
jump in the new room, okay?
okay, just I can follow you. Then I whenever I
Okay.
join in. Yeah, okay.
I'll wait for some seconds.
Okay.
Okay, I think that was enough. See you there. Bye bye. Yeah, fine, sure. I was like, it's weekend. Probably we will have a lot of people, but I was wrong.
Hello.
Hello, Asraf. Asraf. Alam.
Hello.
Hello, man. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, you don't hear me. Okay, no. Ammar al-Shami. Let's hear him out. Rivani. We have Trump in the room. Wow. Hello, folks. I came to room to discuss about these topics. Winsome. Jack. Okay. I'm the same dude. Nick Yarwash.
Hello, bro. Hello, everyone.
Okay. Okay, he's just saying hello.
Where are you all from?
I'll meet you again. I don't know. Maybe you'll never learn that. But anyway, let's try. Let's try if you can learn to read. Mohib. A lot. Mr. Learner.
Hello.
Hello, Mohib.
Fine. Yeah. How are you, man?
You're breaking and you're not clear. If you cannot fix those, we probably will not be able to have a conversation. We need some clear audio. Abhishek is the same Abhishek. M.R. Robin. M.R. Robin.
Yeah, it's same Abhishek.
Okay, welcome back.
Thank you.
Atlet. Rosh Kumar. Rose. Okay, many people. No speakers. Only one who wants to talk is not even talking. He's making us to listen to background noise. Okay. X. Charlie. How have you been, man? Welcome back. Deepish. Genius. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. Ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra. Bum, ba, bum, 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 ba, ba. Hijack. Jack. Many people, many people, many people. Many people who don't like to talk. Many people, many people, many people. They don't like to chat. Many people, many people, many people. They don't like to talk.
क्या करे?
The same person who doesn't want to talk. Making us listen, 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 listen. The same background noise. Da 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 bum ba bum bum ba bum bum bum. Baber, welcome. Sarcasm, welcome. In Hinduism, the purpose of life, known as Purusharthas, centers around the pursuit of four interconnected goals: Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. These are not separate goals, but rather aspects of holistic life, with Dharma serving as the foundation for the others. Ultimately, the aim is to live a righteous life, experience worldly desires responsibly, and ultimately, and blah blah, and blah blah. Yeah, but that doesn't mean those are the purpose of life. That doesn't mean that there is the purpose of life. Those are just purposes probably ordained by the creator of those religions.
Yeah, life has no purpose, but human have purpose.
Oh, yeah, that's something else. Yeah, we can create our own purposes. I think that's what we're
So
doing.
what's the question? Like, what's the question?
I think the question is, what is the purpose of life?
I think life has no purpose, but man has purpose. That is the be created purpose.
I can agree with that. Yeah. Okay. You talked yesterday, right? You were here.
Yeah, I was here, but I didn't talk. I think.
Oh, you didn't talk. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you find yesterday's topics?
Yeah, yeah. Yesterday, like you people was talking about the Islam or some like freedom in Islam.
Yeah, we talk about religions too,
Hmm.
since it's very related to the topic God.
Hmm.
Because many
Yeah,
people.
there is there is a guy called Meher. He just like he just convert people here. Like yeah, so
I
he is
blocked him.
extremely religious. Yeah,
He joined here. He started
yeah. So
making not sense, and I blocked him.
yeah, he tried to convince me yesterday, but he didn't succeed. And he just lost.
So
Yeah, he converted someone yesterday. Yeah, one of the guy. He said to me that yeah,
yeah, and that's not a surprise. Even prophets didn't have 100% success rates when it
yeah,
comes to
yeah.
converting people.
Yeah. because
But I mean,
converted. Hmm,
someone in here in this platform is trying to convert people. Like it's so funny when you hear this, you know.
Why? People can preach anything in any place. They go to homes, right? People, they
Uh-huh.
knock the doors of the people. They try to convince, even like that.
Yeah, that's a
yeah,
different thing. But coming here and then just for the sake of converting people, don't you
yeah,
think it's funny?
If that's
yeah, and
funny,
he is converting people, and he has like a YouTube channel like Shower, and he make people theists to believe in Allah and yeah, his
Okay, he just
religion, and
he tried to convert everyone to his religion.
believers of different religion.
Okay, okay.
Mhm. He just talk about subjective morality and objective morality. On the basis of that, he tried to prove that he didn't get success.
They will bring the morality, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
They can't defend the religion. They just try to prove their point on the basis of morality. Because if we talk about their religion, they will be get messed up. Mhm. And he can't defend that Muhammad belongs to which religion, and he don't even know. Yesterday I asked to him, and he just making some fairy tales like that. Then I realized him that their religion is also copied from some other religion. The process of circumcision, yeah. So he just denied that, and
maybe it's copied, maybe it's not.
yeah, it followed the process of circumcision, and Islam come after that. So definitely that took from other religion. That is 100% true because in the Middle East there was only religion that Judaism at that time, and there was no other religion. Yeah, and there was also Christianity come from Judaism.
Yeah, I know.
And
Abrahamic
he said to
religions.
me there is only two true religion like Judaism and Christianity. Why not Christianity? So he didn't have any point to prove that.
Okay, I haven't spoken with him, but I have seen somewhere. I think in Phil room only I have seen him.
Mhm.
yeah, he joined once. As I said, it didn't go well.
You blocked him.
Yeah,
You are straightforward. You block directly.
need to waste the time again and again.
Mhm. Yeah, I have talked to him 2 3 times, and he always talk about same thing like objective morality and subjective morality. Mm. I said to him that the universe is going in circular motion, so there is no creation, and he tried to prove that there is a creator. I said to him, this universe is just a process. There is not complete creation, and he don't even think about that. Mhm. And subjective and objective morality varies from person to person, culture to culture, and religion to religion. He don't understand that point.
Yeah.
And I just said to him that you need to learn the power of subconscious mind by Joseph Murphy. Objective mind and subjective mind.
I don't know. But like, do you think morality differs, Phil, from religion to
Mm,
religion?
it, I think I don't
Okay.
remember some specific examples.
But I think the basic morality is the same for all the religions.
Yeah, basic morality. No, no, not the same in every religion. It depends on environment. Arabic people have different morality, and Indians people have different, and the people atheists have different morality, and the Christians have different.
Wait a sec. What do you mean by basic morality, fighter?
Basic morality is like morality, like killing people is bad, and stealing is bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
if that's what you mean by
Yeah.
basic morality, maybe yeah, we can say yes, it's the same in all religions.
Hmm.
That is inner conscience, I think, that get people from environment, or he just think about that what is wrong, what is right. Mhm.
I think we don't have speakers today.
Mhm.
We're not getting speakers.
Mhm. Unfortunately, yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe we
Uh,
couldn't catch the
mhm.
golden time.
I think maybe we'll get some speakers for a few minutes.
Few
Mhm.
minutes?
Yeah, few
Are you
few
planning?
minutes. Yeah.
Are you planning to share the link in other rooms or what?
I
Don't do
did
that.
many times. I want
Really?
to. I want. Yeah, I did. Like, I did want to bring these people here. I call
Not
them sometimes.
necessary.
Basically, like some of the people, not all the people.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
like to
Mhm.
pull some people.
Okay.
Like, why these people always written in chat? Why don't they speak like or they just type in chat box and they don't say
Maybe they
anything?
are not.
Mhm.
Maybe they have their own reason.
Yeah, no, sorry, no coward, but they why don't they talk like they, if they want to prove something, they need to talk. Yeah, so we don't want to know the Oso's purpose, bro. Hmm.
Even Osus was a human being, so he
Yeah,
has
he just
created
said
his.
no, he didn't. People started to believe in him, and he just directly mentioned that don't worship me, don't do such things, and people started to believe in him. So he just said that I'm a god. So he has some point that what he said, but yeah,
It's. I mean, like even he was a human being, so even
yeah,
his purpose of life is not the objective
yeah,
purpose.
yeah.
It's just subjective to him, and many people followed him. That's a different thing.
Mhm. And people try to make him a god, and he just already said to me that I am not a god, I'm an ordinary human being. Why you people believe in blind faith? He also said he is a and after some time and after a while that religion will be also will be a new religion. You can see that in upcoming centuries or maybe in future,
A new god. Wow.
because many people worship him in India. Many people worship him. Hmm.
Yeah, many people worship even
Yeah, and
preachers.
I don't know why people start worship such like politicians and cricketers and footballers. Like people just believe in started believing in anything, and they make like them hero or role model.
I should be out of this topic.
Okay. Birds. Birds.
So suppose like today somebody claim, right, feel that he's getting a knowledge from the God. Um, yeah. So what would be your reaction to that claim?
I would easily test that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
How?
Oh, by okay, simple. I have a number in my hand right now.
Hmm.
If the person is getting knowledge from that gun, they can include that knowledge too, and he can share me.
Wait. I'm getting a voice from your side.
Hey man, you're in the nature.
Yeah.
Sounds really cool, man. You shouldn't use any noise cancellation, okay? Okay, we have lost fighter in Abhishek.
Yeah, we say speak up, buddy.
Okay.
He left.
Yeah, let's recreate. Okay, I will jump into the new room.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, see you there if you want to join.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Following you. Yeah.
Okay, let's test the new one. Rohan. Oh, Skelly. Welcome, man. Luke.
Thank
Rahim. Oh, hey, man. That sounds cool.
you. What sounds cool?
Your background.
My background?
It's probably your.
No, it's not. Are you the infinity sign? Maybe you are talking about.
Uh, the birds coming from your background.
No, it's not mine.
Okay. Okay. Doesn't matter. So someone has that
Actually, I had.
background.
Mm, I don't know who has it.
Wait a second. I'll meet you. I don't hear any birds right now. Okay. Maybe he's not able to hear the birds. Chohan, I think it was you. Anyway, we're talking about birds instead of the topics.
Birds. Can you hear the background noise, Phil? Is there any background noise from my side?
Not sure.
Okay. This is the nature sound you're talking about.
Yeah. Is it from you?
No, it's not from me. I think it's from sarcasm.
Oh, okay.
Are you talking about bird sounds?
Yeah.
Bird sounds.
Maybe it's from me, my side, because I'm right now
Oh.
sitting within mountains.
Oh my
Oh, wow.
fucking god! That was what we were talking about. Oh,
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
it's possible
and
that maybe it's coming from both Chauhan and sarcasm.
Mhm.
Maybe wait a second.
Okay, don't pollute that environment with that mobile phone tone. Anyway, I want to debate
Brother,
on
I want to.
anything. No, no, you
and
can't
people.
debate on anything
Brother, I
here. We
believe in
have
God.
cool. That's enough for us to debate. I don't believe in God
Okay, brother, I believe in God. I believe in soul. But why you guys are keep debating on this kind of topic?
because
It's,
I
it's a
like.
personal choice, right?
Yeah, sure, it's a
It's a
personal
personal choice.
choice. Why are you questioning then?
And my one question is: does anyone would be fool or while they when they believe God?
No, no one said
No,
that.
right?
So what?
And so what? So everyone is smart.
Everyone is no, everyone is not
So
smart.
my one question is: are you consider yourself as a smart man? If you
That's
if you consider
irrelevant.
yourself, then here I am. I consider myself as one of the smartest.
I don't care.
Then
You said
I
you
also
believe
don't
in
care,
God,
brother.
and
I also don't care
no, no. Why is it?
Okay.
Why
whether
is it? You said you
Let's
believe
waste
in
of
God, and
time.
now you're talking. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
now
talking
you're
about
talking
being
about.
smart, blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah. So it's so boring. I don't know whether you're smart or not, but you're boring. You should know that, okay? You're more boring than I am.
You're considering yourself as so boring, huh?
I may probably look like I create this room for 3-4 times. Still, we couldn't start. You don't have dare to debate. Fuck you, Wiser. I gave you the mic to debate. You started talking about nonsense things, and you started talking about, oh, why you're talking about these topics? Why you're talking about these topics? That's how you debate? Delete your. I will delete you, not my channel. Look, that's how I delete.
It's like to ask someone why you talk about such topics, and you ask some news media channels why are you guys always so news, and
Something
it's
like
like that.
that. And
Yeah,
the
something
worst
like
part is, he just joined and he said, I believe in God. I want to debate. And
yeah,
the next thing he
and
said, why you guys are talking about these topics?
No, I
and
was like, I have seen this guy. Sometimes he says that I don't believe in God, and sometimes he says that I believe in God.
Really?
Maybe he just want to, yeah, maybe he just want to go against you.
Maybe.
maybe he needs some studies like about religion, and he can come after prepare and come again for debate, like go for some studies. Mhm.
Anyway, Ruby. No, I'm not cooking anything. We're just waiting for people who really wants to discuss about these topics, not complain or question why we want to talk about these topics. Especially the people who says that I want to discuss. Hi, Jack.
What's the topic?
Oh, we couldn't start today. Same topics.
Two. Is there any God believers in here?
I don't know.
Yes, there is one.
No, which one?
I am the one.
Oh.
I don't think so. You're laughing.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm just smiling. There's a difference.
I can't
Okay.
see you smiling.
Well, you need. I don't think you need to see.
So what's your evidence that God is real?
Well, by the way, I'm not here for debate. I'm only here for I want to learn something about these topics which are being mentioned on the screen.
What do you
And
want to learn? What part?
like everything, atheism, agnosticism, morality, afterlife, soul, existence, religions, I wanted to know how the world or other people think about this stuff.
Oh, well, is there any specific religion you want to learn about?
No, my main subject which I am interested to learn is philosophy. So it's not basically about religion.
Oh, but that's not what the topic says on the screen. It says topics, it says God, atheism, agnosticism, morality, afterlife, soul, existence. So you have to pick one of those.
So okay, even if I want to learn, I must pick one of these.
Well, that's
Is
what the
that
room's all about. You can't talk about Donald Trump because it's not about Donald Trump.
I am not fool enough to talk about Donald Trump.
Okay, we'll pick one of the topics.
Okay, so I'll pick agnosticism.
What do you want to know about it?
I know about the idea, the main idea, the main theme. What is it?
Oh, it's human invention. Humans made it up.
Human's invention.
Humans make up a lot of stories. You know, stupid stories.
Stories about religion.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how can I pronounce it correctly? Can anyone please tell me?
Agnosticism.
Agnosticism. Okay, agnosticism.
Yeah, Johan, it's
Okay,
about
thank you.
God itself, not religions. And
Okay.
it's about not knowing that a God exists. For example, if you said, hey, I don't know, maybe God exists, maybe God doesn't exist. So that
Hmm.
means you're an agnostic. Or,
So means if you are uncertain about the existence of God,
yeah,
so that means you are an agnostic.
agnostic.
Agnostic. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and there are types of agnosticism. This one
Hmm.
was called soft agnosticism. There's hard agnosticism.
Okay.
Such agnostic people, say that the existence of God cannot be known. We cannot know. Even if a God
Hmm.
exists, we cannot know whether he exists or not. This is hard agnosticism. Again, it's about knowing, not knowing. Say we cannot know. And kind of the hard agnosticism is for me a belief because they believe that they cannot know. But not knowing something is just state of ignorance. You don't know, and you don't claim to know, or you don't claim to not know. So
So
for
hard
me, there's a huge
agnosticism.
difference.
Okay. So the hard agnosticism, it uh, it says that the existence of God cannot be known.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, but that's a hard claim, and it's like a belief. So that really separates from soft agnosticism. And for example, I'm a soft agnostic. I don't make claim that it can be known or it cannot be known. I don't know that. And there's third type of agnosticism. It's called apathetic agnosticism.
Hmm.
It's like someone doesn't care whether God exists or not. They don't even question. You know, such people, they live their lives, they don't think about God, they don't question. So they don't know. Technically, they don't know God exists or not, but at the same time, they don't care. That's why they don't know, they don't claim to know, they don't think about it.
Okay.
And I'm an
But
atheist. I'm an atheist, and I'm a hard atheist. I claim that there's no God, and I got proof that there's no God.
what was the proof, Jack?
Evident facts.
Which one, for example?
Well, let's just take, say, one of them, like say the Quran, right? Well, I'm going to be using that book as my evidence that God doesn't exist because it makes claims that aren't true.
Yeah, but
Such
why
as.
we think that God is either in the Quran or there's no any God. So I don't think that builds up a true dichotomy because God concept is not only about Islam, right?
No, I said, yeah, but he's just one type of God, right? So
Okay.
I use the books, right? Whether it's Christianity or Judaism or whatever, I say all of those books. I'm going to be using their own books as evidence that God doesn't exist.
But those gods don't exist. As an evidence
Yeah,
for
so,
those gods don't exist.
yeah, right, yeah. That's what I'm using.
Okay. Well, like, how do you discuss with a person who doesn't follow any religion but still he believes a God exists?
Well, then they need evidence.
What about you? Because you're aware that there are such people who believe a God exists and they don't follow any religion, and
Well,
they.
well, then, I've got evidence to prove because you don't have any evidence, right? Because you don't have a book, right?
Oh, okay,
So I
but
got
their lack of evidence is not
science.
evidence for you, or it cannot be an evidence for you to claim that God doesn't exist.
Yeah, but I got science on my side to say we evolved, and there was no God necessary.
Because we're not talking about evolution here. And
Yeah,
that
well,
person who believes a God exists without religion doesn't claim that there's evolution also. He believes in
yeah, but
evolution.
well, if we evolved, that means God didn't put us here. We evolved.
No, it
The
doesn't
concept
mean logically. It doesn't mean.
it does. It does.
No, it doesn't mean.
Of course, it does.
So are you
That's
saying that, like, let's suppose humans, do you think that we cannot create things which can have the ability to evolve? For example, AI, right? Like now, like our programs can evolve. We design them in that way,
they don't
right?
evolve, they don't evolve by themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we are the reason for them to
Yeah,
have the ability to evolve.
and
Yeah.
and
So.
and machines uh they don't evolve because they don't give birth to each other.
I'm not talking about machines. I was talking about software.
Well, the software is written on a machine.
Okay, it doesn't matter where it's routine
Oh, it doesn't
written.
matter. It doesn't matter. The
But the
soft
topic was about evolution, man. Here, so the question was also hypothetical. You think that we cannot create something that can evolve?
no, you name
No.
something. You name it. What it is.
Again, that's hypothetical. But I gave you an example. AI.
AI doesn't evolve.
Okay. So, do you think that in the future we cannot create something that can have ability to evolve?
It's already been known that. Let's just say, I'll give you an example so you understand.
Okay.
Let's say AI has um, no nothing in it about a light bulb, right? Right? It doesn't know that the light bulbs exist, right? AI will never invent a light bulb.
Okay, but this is another property, awareness and being creative.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
those
but
are
it's
different
not.
properties. Like for
No,
evolution, it's not necessary. So it's like bacterias, they don't create bulbs also. Or they don't know that we exist or other things exist, but yet they evolve, right?
yeah,
So
but
awareness is not
they're,
necessary for evolution.
they're living creatures. They're living creatures.
Yeah, yeah,
They,
but again, awareness is not necessary for the evolution.
well, that means, like I just said, the AI will never be able to create a light bulb
No
if it has
problem.
no awareness.
You're using the same believer logic, man. Come on, Jack. Be more rational. You're an
That's
atheist.
not a belief. That's not a belief. It's already a known fact.
No, I'm not saying that. Like, but this is non
You just
sequitur. It
said,
doesn't follow of the logic. Like, and there's no such a need to be aware of the environment and to be creative. Like these are not necessary for evolution, man. Like, just answer this
AI.
question. Do you think that awareness is necessary for evolution to happen?
I think it is necessary.
You think it's necessary or being
Yeah, if
creative?
you want to create something, so you need to be aware, like you need consciousness of mind and you need
Okay.
to studies
But
for that.
not all living creatures who are evolving are creative. They're not.
Yeah, there are some only evolved one like humans and
They just
maybe
evolve. So
there.
that means it's not necessary for evolution, right?
AI will
Yeah,
never do
but
that.
that is need because humans developed brain. Other animals in future, maybe in future they will get developed. They will acquire capabilities like human because we originate from monkey, like our science
That's another
says so.
topic,
According to
sarcasm.
that,
That's,
yeah,
that was
it
another
is no,
topic.
it is part of that. Like we evolved from monkey, so maybe some other creature will also evolve with time because yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about right now, but that's really not relevant what
Well,
we were discussing.
personally, I do not believe in evolution, especially the monkey thing that we evolved from monkey. And as far as about Mr. Jack said about existence of God, that it cannot be explained or proved, I think it can be felt.
Can
It
be felt?
Yes, it varies to pers- uh, person to person. It varies from person to person. I'm not talking about here a single religion. If we look overall, most of the religion they all have a kind of a sect. Like Islam has a Sufism, and the Buddhists they also have some sort of Sufism in them, where they sit alone and try to
Meditate.
reconcile with nature. So I think that is a way to know or to feel the presence of God.
Maybe it's just illusion that people experience. Like people might experience a lot of things and they may say, "Oh, I feel God." Maybe it was not God. Maybe they had feelings and they just interpreted
Yeah.
as
Mhm.
God. So just because you have feelings, that doesn't mean those feelings are coming from a God, or that doesn't mean it's because there is a God.
Mhm.
People can get
Yeah,
feelings
they just
because of Thanos or Captain America or Spider-Man. But just
Hmm.
because people have those feelings, whatever the feelings that they have at that moment,
Hmm.
is not the evidence that those things are real.
Actually, I'm not very clear about it, but my our assessment, as I have read about most of spiritual guys from Islamic world or from Christian world or from the Buddhist world or from the Chinese history, so there's a single thing common in them. They all talk about self-discipline.
yeah, those
So
also they worship like a Persian. They don't worship any god. They worship Buddha, a Persian. They worship a Christian. Worship like Jesus. He was a person, and they can
uh,
touch him, and they have evidence that Jesus was a like person. But there is two religion, three religion. They don't have any proof existence of God, like Hinduism, and Islam, and Judaism.
Look, man, in Christianity, the old Christianity and the old Bibles, they does not mention clearly that Jesus, peace be upon him, was God. And as far as about Hinduism, I think there is a the main theme or the belief that there is a one God in Hinduism.
There is not.
And
There's three gods in Hinduism. Like they worship like Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh, and all these Ram, Krishna. These are avatars of them. So there is also not true God.
okay, yeah, yeah. So you mean there the three ones you mentioned are they are considered gods, not avatars or like prophets.
Yeah, yeah. Prophets are not. They prophet because he mentioning someone else that he is giving power. But Buddha said nothing. Christ said nothing about other God. They just they give spirituality to people like by themselves. They didn't mention any other God that there is someone who is controlling the universe or there is a creator. They just they yeah. Like Jainism also same. Yeah, they also worship like Saint Mahavira.
Okay.
So, what part of evolution do you disagree with?
Yeah, evolution. Evolution is our theory. These are just a concept. I think there is no
No, they're
real
not
proof of
concepts.
evolution. Yeah.
No. Evidence is not a concept. Like, I'll show you a picture on the screen, right?
Yeah, yeah. So sure. So
So,
maybe I can answer you.
tell me where are they all humans or is there half human, half ape? Tell me about. Explain this picture to me.
Yeah, yeah. Let me see that picture first.
Those are only skulls.
Mm. These are findings. So maybe the change in skulls because there is not a complete creation or perfection. So people like body structure
These
changes with
skulls,
time.
hey,
Yeah, it's
listen,
like that.
this is just a picture of the skull, right? This
Yeah,
is all
yeah.
we need to demonstrate. We don't need to demonstrate hands or feet. These are pictures of
आलू
skulls,
तुझे भूख लगी
right?
है कि?
And this is, let me finish. This is just a small portion because you can't fit them all on one page. We've got thousands of them, and they all look like, right, that evolution is taking place. Now, what I want you to do to me is explain what these pictures are about if it's not evolution.
That is not evil. That is about that the different races of people exist. It's about that. It's about that. It is not about that theory of evolution or like that.
It is.
It
It
is
is.
about
Okay, sir,
Evolution
Jack. I have a
is
question for
exactly
you.
what you would find. This is exactly what you find in the ground, right? If an evolution
yeah,
is
yeah.
true. And this is only one part of evolution. There's other parts which I don't want to get involved in because you probably won't understand it, right? Like DNA, for instance. That's also, and chromosomes and things like that, which you don't know nothing about. So I want you to explain to me again, right? Who are these skulls? What are on the screen? Who are they, and what are they if they're not human?
Yeah, they are humans. I believe in that. That
Okay,
their
so,
structures are.
so they
Yeah,
are
yeah.
human. Are they all human?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they may be, but some difficult to understand that they are human
I
or not. But
know that it's
yeah,
difficult
yeah.
to understand for you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
For,
But majority of them are humans.
for, listen, stop jumping around. For someone who studies this for a living, it's not hard to understand. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
what you should say is you don't understand it, right? Because the people who find this and do this for a living, they understand it, right? And even up the top, you said they're all humans. Up the top left-hand corner, it says chimpanzee, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes down the list. And like I said to you before, and I'm going to say it again, this is only a small part. They can't fit it all on one page. There's thousands of them, and they've all got names, right? So I'm going to ask you again, why is it that it appears that evolution took place, right, if it's not true?
Mm, evolution theory may be true or not, I don't know, but that is the theory. So maybe some people believe in that, maybe some not. But these evidence can prove
When
that
you
theory
got
of
the evidence
evolution.
staring at you in your
Yeah.
face, right? You
Okay, Jack,
can't.
Jack, wait a second. Hey, Baber, just a second. So, what for you to believe? The guy who doesn't believe in evolution, what is a good evidence for you to believe that evolution must be true? Are you there?
Uh, yes, I am listening.
I think it wasn't you who was against evolution. Jack,
Mm,
who was
uh,
that person against evolution?
I think it was sarcasm.
Sarcasm. I'm talking to you, man. Hey. Oh, he muted himself. Is it that much hard
Yeah,
question?
yeah, yeah. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, you don't believe it's okay, but like you don't think that this evidence is enough for you. What is
Yeah.
an
So I'm
enough
agnostic.
evidence?
Yeah, I'm agnostic for that
I
theory
got
of
it. I
evolution.
got it, man. I
Yeah.
got it. But my question is, if what kind of evidence you see right now that would be convincing for you?
That is kind of convincing for me that there are changes with time, like in human body structures or other changes
He
in
just
human
showed
body. So
you, and you said this is not enough.
yeah, but it convinced me for that because there are many structures or human, maybe they represent different races or different type of races, or maybe they can represent the other
But
humans like
the
they.
like I think you should check that picture again because it's also showing the times.
Mhm. Yeah. So some are
And
chimpanzees, some
it's
are.
only about human related, species and humans. Like there are many animals, and between those you can find, you know, a lot of
Yeah,
relations.
yeah, yeah,
Also, you can see them.
yeah.
Hey, Baber, sorry I interrupted you.
I wanted to show him something else, which I know for a fact he's not going to understand, but I'll show it anyway. All right. There it is in the side chat.
I was expecting that he would want for missing.
Sorry, you were breaking a little bit, Baber. Can
But
you
I think
repeat?
I was expecting that guy would demand something like missing link. That's a
Like,
problem
is he breaking for you
among
guys
theists
also?
when we debate them about evolution.
Okay, hey, Baber, if you can hear me right now, you must know that you're breaking a lot. Yeah, so maybe you should type your question or your statement. Maybe people can react that. And Jack, what is this about? Ancestral chromosomes,
Okay.
fusion,
This is
Homo
about
sapiens.
human. Okay. This is right now. Um, Humans have, I think it's 26 chromosomes, and apes have 28 chromosomes. And and there's only one explanation for that, which we already know about, is one of the chromosomes must have fused together, right? So that gives us why we only have one less chromosome. And believe it or not, they actually found the chromosome which differentiates us from apes, and that's human chromosome number 2, right? Because if you had one less chromosome, you'd die. You wouldn't be able to survive. And this is a topic that a lot of people probably don't understand, but that's one more evidence that we evolved.
I think the best evidence for evolution for me is, you know what, the nerve that, goes around your neck and come to
Yeah,
your heart
yeah,
back.
the one that Richard Dawkins talked about.
Yeah. And even the giraffe has that thing in the same way. It looks so weirdly
the
amazing.
yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
So if it
Yeah,
was a design of a
it's a
god,
bad design. Yeah, I know.
a terrible design. Imagine that giraffe, all that neck. You
Yeah.
take the nerve in a very long way and you turn it down back to heart. That's crazy.
No,
Yeah,
I know. It's a stupid design. I know.
yeah, either it's a stupid design, or it's not a design, or it's just evolution. And I think it goes for the evolution. It explains the evolution better. It's a very good evidence for
A
evolution.
lot of people, yeah, a lot of people don't talk about it because they don't know about it, and that's why I said to you before when I post this chromosome thing in the side chat. A lot of people don't know about it, right? So I don't discuss things that people don't know because you even said, "What's that all about?"
Yeah,
Right?
sure,
So,
that's sensible.
but
Yeah,
but in the scientific world, right? They know about it, and I know about it. But a lot of people don't know about it, and then because they don't know about it, I can't talk to them about it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's hard to communicate.
Even
More.
your giraffe thing, which I already knew about as well, I don't talk about that because they don't know about it, right?
Yeah.
I know about it, you know about it, but they don't know about it. They don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, but they might learn about it, Jack. Sometime maybe you
Oh,
should mention.
you're a joker. They might learn about it.
You just try to teach, man.
Oh man, they might learn about it. I don't think so. I don't
Why?
know. Because they
Okay,
don't even know.
Mr.
They
Jack,
don't
are
even
you
know about
listening?
their own book. They've had 40 years or 50 years or 10 years to read their own book. They don't even read their own book. Why are they going to learn about something extra?
Like, people are picky about the things they want to learn. Maybe
I
that
know
one will be
they
interesting for them.
Well, you're quite right.
Yeah, they're picky. I know. That's why they argue with me because they don't want to learn. That's why they go, shut up. Right? They make up excuses.
Okay. Yeah, Chohan, what are you saying?
I had a question for Mr. Jack.
Go on.
Okay, it was about the current concept of evolving of current human into a superhuman. What is your thoughts about it?
A superhuman. I don't
Yes.
think we're going to become superhumans anytime soon. We're barely struggling right now. We've got a lot of problems to solve before we become superhumans.
No, is it possible or not?
I don't know. I don't.
Okay.
We might be able to, like, okay, look, I'll tell you, 1,000 years ago or 10 or 2,000 years ago, you know, the average life of a human was only like 40 years. They used to die, right? And they died of disease or something, right?
Okay.
And then science came along and we discovered antibiotics and all of these medical treatments. Now we can live to like the average life I think is about 70 or 80 years. So it's nearly doubled. But I don't know if it's ever gonna double again, right? I don't
Okay.
know. It might go up to like maybe 100, because as time gets on, we develop other medicines for cancer and all of these other diseases. What we've got to, what we come across, and we might be able to squeeze maybe another 10 or 20 years. But being a superhuman and going to 200 years, I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know if it's even possible. They talk about things like making cells, not replacing them with new ones, opposed to them dying off and all that. And I don't know. Maybe it is possible, but people always do funny things.
Okay, thank you.
You know, we've got a lot of things to achieve before we get to that stage. You know, like we're still dealing with things that want to kill us and all sorts of, you know, diseases. There's still a lot of diseases, you know, leukemia and cancer and all sorts of bullshit on out there. You know, but medical science, you know, it's come a long way, you know.
Yes, please go ahead. Explain.
You know, it's not like we're going to learn it all in 1 year or 10 years. It takes years of study and trial and error and things like that. And sometimes they might be able to slow something down, but they can't stop it. You know, there's all sorts of diseases out there which, like, will kill people. You know, and then people are born with genetic diseases, and we're working on that now, right? They're working on that now with a machine called CRISPR, what can genetically modify the genome to take out the disease which they know that the baby's going to get. And they've done that recently, by the way. It's the first baby ever born where it's been genetically modified where it won't get this particular disease, what both parents have got, by the way, and they've genetically modified the genome of a baby. So things are starting to happen, but it's slow.
Yeah, so that means it's possible in the future that if all people start to do that, then that will be next generations without diseases.
Well, not all diseases, because once they don't know what things trigger, you know, like what part of the genome is doing it, you know, like they have to work that out first before they can modify it. You
But
know, they don't modify a gene and it says, "Oh, grow your arm," and all of a sudden you take it out and it stops growing. And you go, "Oh, gee, I modified the wrong bloody arm, wrong gene." You know, it's hard.
okay.
It's hard. It takes a long time. I don't even know. I don't fully understand it, but I've seen videos on the topic.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not hard to guess that we will improve on that.
Yeah, but they have to do a lot of experiments on
Sure.
rats and mice and things like that until they work it out what the gene is responsible for. You know, like because we've got like lots of genes in the body, and you don't want to tamper with something that, you know, if you switch it off and then the baby gets born with, say, no eyes, and you're going, "Oh, gee, that was we fucked that one up." You don't want to do that. You gotta experiment with mice, and then, you know, like they're the ones going to, you know, and that's going to take years. That, you know, like this machine, it's called CRISPR, you know, and I've watched a few videos about it, and I thought that's just amazing that it can do that, you know.
Sounds amazing, yeah. Okay.
But debunking evolution, you can't debunk something that's already a scientific fact. You know, it's like, sorry, it's already been done and dusted. You know, whether they believe it or not, well, who cares what you believe? Science has already worked it out. No, but science doesn't care about your feelings.
Your ignorance.
Yeah, it's ignorance. I know it's ignorance. I get it, but science still doesn't care about that either.
Yeah.
Science goes on.
Science goes on. That will be the motto of the day. Science goes on. I will modify my welcome message in the next room.
Yeah, that's it. Science goes on.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
Size goes on.
Okay. I'm creating the new room, guys. If you want to join,
All
see
right.
you there.
All right. Okay, bye.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, man. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, of course.
Hi, bro. Where are you? Where
How
are you from?
you hear?
Hello.
You hear SK? Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Nice
Hi, bro.
to meet you.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, only one. Welcome.
The agnostic atheist. Interesting.
Yeah, it's me.
That's cool.
Are you here from Vietnam?
It's nice to see that because I'm not agnostic, I'm Gnostic, but it's nice to see an agnostic that will admit he's atheist because a lot of these agnostics they won't admit they're atheist.
Well, it's nice to see you also because a lot of believers don't accept that being an agnostic and atheist is not possible.
I know. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Start talking to them about an agnostic theist.
Yeah, they also don't realize that they're agnostic theists.
Yeah.
And you said you're Gnostic.
Yes.
Can you explain that? Because I'm ignorant a little bit about the Gnostic part.
I say I know there's no God. I believe it's something we can know. I'm 100% sure.
How so?
It's like similar to knowing you can't have a square circle.
Okay, I think I need more explanation for that.
Well, do you think you can create a square circle?
I can't, but that doesn't mean God is similar to a square circle.
Are you sure that are you like agnostic about the square circle, or like
No, not the
are you
no, not that one, but I'm agnostic about the God part because
so all gods fall into three categories in my opinion.
okay.
One is it lacks definition.
That's true.
One that some people like to have a god and not define it at all.
That's weird.
And in my opinion, in that situation, it doesn't exist due to its lack of definition. Something has to have some sort of properties to exist. So
Mhm.
that's one. And then you have people who do define their gods, and those people's gods always end up becoming either contradictory to themselves or contradictory to all the evidence that we find.
Okay. So
And then the third category is where people take things that are not God and just call them that. And I feel like that's just a word game. And if you're telling me that the God we're taught that the magical anthropomorphic immortal doesn't exist and that you're just calling some other thing a god, then that means you're admitting that the magical anthropomorphic immortal doesn't exist. So you, again, by your word game, you've admitted it doesn't exist.
okay.
And I've never heard of a god concept that falls outside of those three things.
Oh, what was the first type of God
Uh,
concept?
it doesn't exist due to its lack of definition.
The lack of. Can you give an example?
Like, in order for something to be there, something has to be there. Like, you have to have a description.
Okay, I have a problem with
Properties.
that. Okay,
Why?
but there can be something that we are not aware of it exactly, or we don't know the properties of that thing
Uh-huh.
exactly. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So that means we are not able to describe
If
it in
you
a
have a
clear
thing
way.
and you don't know what it is, you can't say it's a magical or anthropomorphic immortal.
Oh, but we didn't claim those things.
Yeah. Well, then again, now we're back to the third category of you have it's not a magical anthropomorphic immortal, it's something else, and you're just calling that thing God.
Okay.
So by your word, so that means you're admitting the magical anthropomorphic immortal, you don't believe in it, right?
Magical anthropomorphic
Immortal,
and
which is
immortal.
99% of the time what
Oh, okay.
when somebody believes in God, they believe in that.
Okay, so if something is magical and anthropomorphic
And immortal.
and immortal, so those three properties are contradictory.
Well, being magical is contradictory to the laws of physics.
Laws of physics are applied in the universe. So if something is outside of this universe, then we don't have to bother about that problem.
Yeah, well, see, like, if you are outside of reality, you aren't real.
If you're not in the universe, you're not real.
Like, you have to be within an existence, right?
In an existence, okay, but
Like,
you can't limit the existence with only this
is
universe.
there like another place outside of the cosmos that doesn't have natural laws?
But maybe their laws are when they're different.
I mean, that's not very magical.
Okay, it's just about the place. So the thing that you
Like, the whole idea of magic is you're supposed to be like violating the laws of physics.
well, when you say magical, you're just saying something violates our physics.
That's what, like, by definition, that's what magic is. That's what miracles are, right?
Okay, let's suppose that there is that anthropomorphic thing outside of this universe, and the physics works differently in that place, and that thing created our universe, and you call that thing like the one who created our reality is magical.
Um,
By your
by
definition, it's not.
by definition, anything that violates our law, the laws of physics in our reality, is magic.
Okay, so the one who created our physics, our reality, cannot change it?
I mean, that's assuming that somebody did create it.
Okay, so and you are assuming that someone didn't create this universe.
I'm not assuming somebody didn't create it. I'm just looking at like the concept of a creator.
Okay,
It doesn't fit with any of the evidence.
doesn't fit any of the
It's
evidence.
contradictory to the evidence. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that part like was the part that I want to discuss because I don't see the contradiction part. Because if
Well,
someone can create this reality, like and the rules of the physics that
why
we
would you
have,
assume? Why would
so
you assume a creator though? So, like, we can look at the beginnings of many things, right? I one thing that we're asked constantly by the believers is, where did you come from? Now, I don't have like a perfect memory of my own birth, but based on the evidence, the fact that I've had kids of my own, and we have a birth certificate process and blah 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 blah, I can pretty much assume I was fucking born to my parents, and I have the date and time and a fucking copy of my fucking footprint. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's not
So I
hard
know I
to.
came from my parents. I came from my parents. Now that's my beginning. We can also look at the beginning of the human race, which all the evidence points to the fact that we've come from monkeys.
Okay, so
And we can look at the origins of life, which abiogenesis tells us comes from most likely maybe geological processes repeating, chains of proteins being put together in fucking kind of acid soups, I guess. I don't know what you call it. But so that's three. As we go back in time and we're looking grander and in a grander and grander scale, where that's three things now where the explanation is nature. It's natural. It's a natural process. I can look at, when we talked about geology, we can look at like, why is the Earth here? Where do planets even come from? Which we can see them being born in the stars. They come from stars. Then you can ask, well, how did stars begin? Right? Where was the first star? Why was the first star? Which has to do with gravity and the collection of hydrogen until it collapses on itself. And again and again and again, as we go back and look at the beginnings of this or that or whatever thing further back in time, larger pieces of this reality and where they've come from, everything we look at, it's always nature and natural. So when we get to some point, now the universe itself, maybe there's something more outside that. I'm not really sure.
sorry, come again. Can you?
Universe could be everything. It could be all of existence,
It
or
could be.
maybe there's a multiverse. I don't know. Maybe existence includes more than our universe. I don't know. But
So like we are on the same page, man. So maybe it's everything that we have this
if
universe.
if the universe is everything and it's all of existence, if it is, then it wouldn't be able to have a beginning.
Yeah.
Now, but if it's not everything, maybe it still didn't have a beginning. It still might be eternal. But let's just say there's more than our universe, and our universe had a beginning. Let's just say, we'll just assume that for sake of argument. Even if that's true, when you consider everything I just said prior about how as we go back in time, everything we look at that has a beginning, anything we've ever found that has a beginning only has natural explanations. So the most likely assumption you're going to make about the beginning of a universe or the next thing, whatever next thing you find, is always going to be a natural explanation until we have some reason to think that there might be a God.
But we have a good reason to think that the explanation may not be natural. We have good evidence for that. Why you're skipping that?
No, we have no evidence.
We have. So look
went
at
over-
look at your
I
phone.
went over how we have a mountain of evidence
Yeah,
and
but
how
but the
literally
beginning of your mobile phone has a natural explanation.
well, if I'm natural, then yeah.
Oh,
But
so
the
you
fact
say that it's a
so
natural
like, are you?
process to create
Let me ask
phones.
you a question. Are you contrasting what you see in the phone with something like a rock?
No, I'm looking at the process. It doesn't seem to be a natural process.
But what is something that is natural?
What is something what?
If there's a God, then none of it would be natural. It would all be
No,
designed.
we did.
Not just
Okay.
the phone.
So,
I
but
don't know
but
why you.
the design is
I don't know
possible.
why you would point to the phone.
Yeah, because it's a design and design is possible. That there is
So
clear evidence for that. So if design is possible, therefore the universe
you're
may
not
be
getting
a
my point.
design.
I don't think you're not getting my point.
But I
If you
think
look
you're
at a
not getting
rock,
the clear point right now here.
I have gotten your. I've heard this argument 1,000 times.
Oh, okay.
If you look at a rock, do you think a human designed that, like you
No,
do the phone?
but you're looking at the rock.
Right.
Why you're not looking at the phone?
You can't make the argument then that the rock is designed.
No, I didn't claim that rock is designed. We don't know
Okay,
that.
well then if the rock came from nature,
We don't know that also.
we do actually.
Okay, like
Every
this.
element we
So-
know we know the geological processes that make the different kinds of rocks, and we know that every molecule on the planet comes from a star.
Okay, but that doesn't mean it hasn't been designed.
You're the one who literally is contrasting it as a thing not designed compared to the phone that is. That argument debunks itself.
Really? How? I still don't see it.
Because to say, look, the phone's designed and the rock isn't.
I didn't say rock isn't. You're the one who's saying that.
Okay, so then that means why point at the phone then? If
I
everything
point the phone. Okay, but you're why I
everything
pointed at the
everywhere
phone. Hey,
is
man.
always
I let you to speak a lot of minutes
everything
here.
everywhere is
Hey,
always designed,
man.
then you wouldn't point at any
I
single
will
thing we said.
mute you this time. Okay, I listen to you patiently, man. Like you should show some patience.
Not really.
Not really.
No. You didn't even that was like
It's right now on YouTube live. You can just go rewind back and you can check if I was patient enough or not.
No.
No, I wasn't patient.
just
I'm trying to make the point. You're not letting me even make the point. You just say, "Oh, I heard it many times," and
was
you
just
you
gonna
you
finish
are
my
misrepresenting even my position. You're saying, "Oh, you think the rock is natural," blah blah. And I didn't say even that.
You pointed at the phone as if it's designed compared.
Everything the
Phone
same
tells
fucking thing. I'm not letting you to talk. But anyway, I will just mention about it. If you claim that everything so far was natural, yeah, maybe that's the case. I don't know that. But we have evidence for the design also. And what is the evidence? Humans design things. What is? Your phone, your laptop, and everything that you see right now around you is a part of design. Either you call it natural or unnatural, whatever, I don't care. But if there is one thing which has been designed, why not other things came into existence in the same way? We don't know that. And I don't believe that the universe has been designed also. I don't have evidence for that. Because when we go back, We don't see human-like beings. We don't have evidence for them. But that doesn't mean they don't exist, or that doesn't mean they're not outside of this universe. That doesn't mean there are no such beings who designed this universe. That doesn't mean. But when it comes to not believe, I have good reason for that also. I don't see evidence for that, because to be able to claim that that has a designer, we should see the designer. Without seeing the designer, we cannot know it. Even if we see someone who has ability to design, that doesn't mean that the things are designed by that thing. So maybe there are beings who can design things, but that's not. We need a lot of evidence to claim that the universe has been designed. But yet, you can't be sure that this universe hasn't been designed. You're just very sure about that. And you just dismiss the fact that design is possible. We can design things. That's clear. That's clear evidence that design is possible. If it's possible, maybe this universe has been designed. Do we have to believe in that? No, because we don't have good evidence for that. Period. That's not fucking ironic, man. Look. No, no, you can complain till morning. And luckily we have evidence for that. That's why I don't give a shit about what you're saying right now. Rocky, evolution has programmed us, and we, the phone, to consider things made by humans as not natural is considering ourselves not natural, which we are. False dichotomy between artificial and natural. Phone being artificial assumes free agency, which doesn't look to be the case. It looks much more deterministic. Color, humans as designer assumes free will. I don't get it, Rocky. Maybe you should join the room to explain more. But thanks for following through YouTube. Okay. Hey, Mr. Black Cloud. Fuck off, okay? It's not about her. It's just your being asshole here. That's all, okay? You don't have fucking patience to listen to others. And I do not have also after seeing such kind of people. And Jack, this was the guy that you guys were talking frequently? Okay, you're absent. Okay. Claude, Lara, Quixotic. Okay, let's see. Bum, 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 ba, 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 bum, rum, bum, ba, 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 bum, bum. Okay, I understand it right now, Rocky. So if you call us natural, then we can think about a natural, intelligent cause who caused the universe also in the same way. So what is natural? Everything in the universe is natural? Everything just follows the rules of this universe specifically are natural only? And I even don't care what you call natural, unnatural. Like, we just experience that there are causes which designing things intentionally. So, well, when you compare evolution versus humans designing things, I think that there's a difference. So you think that evolution is aware of what it is programming? I don't think so. But we are aware of the things that we are designing. We intentionally design those things. And I think that that's the difference. And that gives the possibility that the universe might have been a product of an intelligent design. Whether you call natural, unnatural, magical, whatever the word you choose, I don't care. Like, just compare the processes. Yeah, it's cause and effect. Intent assumes free will. Okay, you think we don't have intention? What do you think? Do we have or not? Oh, why the hell you're not joining Free for Talk? There's latency also. You know that. Intent is illusion just as free will is. Okay. That's okay. Again, like as I said, I don't care how you were banned from Free for Talk for 7 days. Ooh. We have lost one soul. Okay, probably he has been reported. Showing. Oh, Rocky. Okay. I'll recreate. Oh, that's cool. He brought a new feature. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. We wanna. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Abdurrahim. Abdurrahim. We're losing Abdurrahim also. Yep.
How do you
I don't hear you.
hear me?
Your voice is too low.
Because the phone is
What?
okay now.
Man, I don't hear you properly. If you're talking now, you're not audible. If you're talking now, you are not audible. You are not audible. Интегратор. Добро пожаловать.
Здравствуйте, да, добро всем, кто находится, добро всем, кто пришел, всем хорошо, здравствуйте.
Здрасте, здрасте.
Hi.
Lucas, you wanna make us deaf or what? Man.
And you practically managed that. Why one ear already off?
Oh, okay. Hey man, you should know that. I think you increase the gain of your mic. You should decrease it, okay?
Hello. Okay.
Still, I hear the deep sound coming from his mic. We have problems. Shadow Hunter. Lucas.
Hello, buddy. What's up?
Hello, man.
You good?
Am I good?
Yeah.
It's relative.
It depends on what, like
Many
your mood.
things. I feel like I'm okay.
Okay, this is a good answer. Like if you
Cool.
say this from the beginning, we cannot get like change.
Yeah, but as I said, it's relative. You might think that I'm in a terrible mood. Anyway.
Okay.
I believe you had seen the title and the welcome message.
The title. What is the title? Like
Fuck. You didn't see.
don't say fuck. Like this is N or by.
Don't say fuck. I will say fuck.
Yeah, is your opinion, but your opinion for you, like you have to respect the other people in the room.
You should
You
also
know,
respect.
I
You should respect me also. I want to speak in this way, and I don't think it hurts anyone. If
Well,
people are still
Mr.
being hurt, it's their
Mr.
problem.
Philosopher, if you don't mind, you
Dai,
seem
vai,
to be
ci
very
sei sono vero
intellectual person, so I'm sure you can express yourself without using profane or vulgar expressions.
Or you can eliminate any word in your dictionary and you can still express yourself. But who will decide which words that we should exclude?
Oh, well, I guess it's your decision.
Yeah, and it's my decision to exclude some other words, but not those ones that I want to use. So I don't want to exclude the ones that I want to use. And someone is coming and saying, "Hey, you should exclude those ones."
Hello
Why they're
everyone, how are you
deciding
guys?
that? They shouldn't. They cannot. And again, like it's not hurting anyone. It's just a word. Unless like it includes some threatening. Sure, then it can be annoying and harmful for people. But when you say,
Hello
"Oh
guys.
fuck, man, I forgot that," I don't think it should hurt anyone. Yeah, hello, hello, hello.
How are you, bro? How's it going?
I'm still okay. How about you?
I'm doing well.
Okay.
Where are you from, bro?
I'm from heaven.
What? I didn't hear you.
I'm from heaven.
Heaven. Is it country?
Oh my god.
I don't know actually. I'm sorry. I'm
You
so
don't
sorry,
have
bro.
to know, man. You don't have to know my country also.
Okay, okay.
Like the words that you don't know, you don't have to know.
Okay, thank you. No worries.
Okay, no worries is good.
Yeah.
But you don't have to thank for that. But anyway, so did you see the topics?
I'm reading right now. Let me
Cool. Just
see.
start from the beginning. Mostly people just skip the first line, which
Yeah,
might
the
be.
topics are interesting. Can we start?
Oh, thanks
Plus,
God. Sure, we should start
yeah.
because people are wasting a lot of time for other things. So, which topic you want to discuss? You can choose if you want.
Afterlife,
Okay,
like
good.
the purpose of life.
Afterlife. I don't believe that there's an afterlife. I think that we just die and that's all. That's what I think. What about you?
Actually, your voice were breaking. I couldn't hear that.
Oh, I said I don't believe in afterlife. I think we just die and that's all. That's what I think.
Okay.
Is it still
And what
breaking?
about the purpose of life?
The purpose of life, I don't know whether there is any purpose or not. And I don't believe that there is the purpose of life. That doesn't mean there is no, but I don't believe. Since I don't know, I can create my own purposes like the other people. Many people create their own purposes in the life. But the life itself, if we're talking about living organisms, when I observe them, they seem like they just want to survive. They just want to reproduce. And I don't want to call it purpose because purpose for me is something that intentional, something that you do with the awareness.
What's the purpose of life?
What is the purpose? I just answered the
You're
question.
not born in this world just to reproduction and anything.
I
The
said I
purpose is
don't think it's even purpose, but anyway,
okay.
yes, it's just how the
Afterlife.
biology works. And to be able to call something purpose, there should be intelligent beings who plan, who intend. Then I can speak about purposes. But
Okay.
for the
Is there any
creatures,
live video you're about to play? Like
what?
YouTube? Like YouTube live video, anything? Philosophy.
What's your question?
Are you about to play something on YouTube philosophy?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Oh, so you misunderstood that line. Probably you misunderstood. This is live on YouTube.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, only one.
So I want to ask you, what does this name of Rezoba actually mean?
I created that name for myself, and it means for me, after I became an unbeliever, I feel like I think more clearly, and that sober refers to clarity in reasoning after I left my religion.
Oh,
Oh, interesting, bro.
Okay.
What was your religion?
I was Muslim.
Muslim.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, but right now you don't believe in Islam, right?
I don't believe in any religion.
Yeah. So what's your okay? Can I talk about the purpose of life?
You can. We were talking, by the way.
Yeah. In my opinion, the purpose of the life, like Allah, he sent us to this earth to testing us, like if we do bad things or good things. After life, if like the Islam, the basics of the Islam, the basics of Islam, if you do good things in your life, you will be in Jannah, in the paradise after life. If you don't, you will be in the Jahannam or in the
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
yeah, in
then
the
I
hell,
knew that. I
in
just
in
let
the
you
hell, yeah.
yeah.
to.
This is in my opinion, it's like this, the purpose of life,
Yeah, and many
basically.
people know that
Yeah,
about
yeah. What
Islam,
about
right?
you? Why you changed your religion? Explain to us.
Oh, I can explain that. This is another topic. You should know that. But sure, I will explain.
It's like same. Like, in general, I'm talking the same. After life, the purpose like
No, it's not about the
it's
purpose of life. But anyway, I'm gonna explain, man. Okay.
okay. I'm hearing.
Why I'm not Muslim anymore? Because I realized that I don't have good evidence for my beliefs to support my beliefs. They're not convincing anymore. That's why.
Can you repeat?
so
The evidence that I had for my beliefs
Uh-huh.
became unconvincing for me. I
Mm,
realized that they're not good evidence anymore. That realization made me an atheist.
I I got it. Yeah.
Okay. NJ.
so thank you. So thank you for your thoughts. So from your response, I got another question too. So I want to ask you, like, have you got any evidence, any good evidence that that allow you to have no religion at all?
Any good evidence not to have a religion? Yeah, I
Oh
think
yes.
that it's not about evidence. Like it's enough reason for me not to believe in any religion since those beliefs are not well supported by evidence. So there are many claims in those religions and they don't have good evidence for me. And this fact is enough for me not to believe in those claims. For example, if I claim that I have invisible wings and I can fly like a bird, like a Superman if I want, you wouldn't believe in it. And you shouldn't believe in it if you don't see good evidence for that.
Oh yeah.
And it's
I
the same case for me. Like there's such claims in religions, but when it comes to evidence, people just say, "Oh, come on, it's written here. You don't see the book." Yeah, I see. It doesn't matter if you write the claim or you just say it. Doesn't matter. So there is a claim, but that doesn't mean this claim is true.
yeah.
And for me to start to believe in those claims, I require evidence, like better evidence.
Any evidence.
Better.
So like what kind of evidence
Okay.
that you need?
So the religions provide such an evidence as I gave you the example, like They just claim, okay? Like I claim I have invisible wings, okay?
Yeah.
But what is better evidence if I show you that I can fly like a bird without any tool? That would be a good evidence for my claim, right?
Uh-huh. Like
Or
I understand.
when it comes to religions, they claim that a God exists. Okay. If I see that God is performing miracles right now, then I would say, oh, wait a second. Probably those people were right at that time. That's possible now because I can't say it's possible right now just because there are claims. If that was the case, we should believe in everything. We should believe in Harry Potter. We should believe in all the stories in Lord of the Rings. We should believe in dragons, Santa Claus, unicorns, leprechauns, any kind of ghosts. We should believe in all of them if claiming is enough. But we don't believe, right? We require evidence, and some people don't require. Some people just believe, and the majority of the people just believe because they're born in those, you know, countries,
Religious
in those
families.
families. Yeah, their parents
So do
are
you know?
believers. They just become believer of that same religion. Yeah. So
Yeah, I understand. So do you know what science talk about religion? Like, do you know Big Bang Theory? If you did the physics, I think you know what is it. Big
okay,
Bang Theory.
okay. What
Do you
about
know
it?
what is it?
I think I
So
have
it's
some
a
knowledge about
science.
it.
You have some knowledge about it.
Yeah, I think it might not be perfect,
So
but
do you believe it?
yeah, I kind of believe in Big Bang Theory. But you should know that nowadays, Big Bang Theory, became a little bit speculative. People are discussing about it, and it might not be true. You know that, right?
Yeah,
It's
like
very recent. Did you check it? So maybe very soon we will say that, hey, this is false. Maybe that will be the case in the future because our observation don't make sense anymore. We use better tools to observe the universe, and the data that one would think, you know, as if there was a Big Bang. But anyway, let's forget about this. Let's accept that, yeah, Big Bang is true. What was your point? Am I audible? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Sound check, sound check. Jay's back. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Oh, he disconnected. Okay. You didn't like what I said about Big Bang? Maybe. Okay. Abdurrahman. Nishmi, man. I can't read that, man. Josu. Josue. Okay. You don't want to talk? You don't want to talk. It's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, my microphone was off.
Okay. And I thought that
It
I'm
was
being ignored.
it was disconnected, but it's fine. So I have another question for you.
Eh.
Maybe I want to ask you, what do you think about the existence of religions?
Mm, Man, it's a very general topic. Maybe you should help me. Like,
Oh,
yeah, there are religions. They exist for thousands of years. Yeah. And as I said
okay.
earlier, I don't believe in some claims, in many claims in those religions,
Yeah,
because they're not convincing. They don't have good evidence. And probably all religions are man-made. Probably.
of course, yes.
Yeah, because we don't have good evidence for any god also. The biggest claim in those religions come with God, right? God is the main
Yeah,
topic in nearly all those religions. Yeah, like we can talk about other religions which don't have the God concept, but mainly all religions have the God concept, and it's the most important one. Even we don't have good evidence for the main claim in those religions. So that's why I think probably most likely those are just man-made.
mm. Of man-made, are man-made religions.
There are many religions, yeah.
So, do you think that you can create your own religion,
Sure, why
or
not?
can you start your own church?
Sure, why not?
Oh,
If you find followers, yes.
mm.
If you're a person who can influence other people,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, what do you think what do you think it will be the best messages that you shall deliver to your followers in your religion?
I'm
Are you
not
going
planning
to
to
talk
make a
about?
religion,
Are you going
man.
to talk about that?
I'm not planning to make a new religion, so I don't want to.
So, when you think so, can you talk about? Can you? Will be your religion based on the topic will be about God, or it's something different?
Sorry, man. Like, I don't want to talk about this. It's boring for me
Oh,
right now.
okay, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't want to create a new religion right now, so I don't want to talk
Oh,
about it. Maybe another time when I'm in the mood for such a topic, but right now I'm not.
so is this YouTube channel yours, Philosopher?
Yeah, philosopher.
It's yours.
Yeah, it's mine. Yeah.
Maybe I can follow you. Maybe I can
Okay.
subscribe
Thank
to your
you.
channel so that I can follow you.
So that you can find a lot of discussions about these topics.
Mm. Have you talked about each topics that you have listed on on this site?
Sure. Yeah.
Uh, when have when have you started?
Oh, when did I start?
You started this channel.
Oh, the channel is like 1.5 year, but that doesn't mean I started to talk about these topics
Oh,
at the same time. I'm talking about these
mm,
topics for many years.
mm. So this is interesting. This is interesting. Do you have any question for me?
Okay. So
Or something else that we can talk about?
those are the topics that we can talk about. I mentioned them in the welcome message, as you had seen. So, are you a believer?
Yeah, I'm a believer.
Okay. Are you Christian?
Yeah, I'm a Christian, of course.
Okay. Cool. Cool. So, do you think that there are really good evidence for Christianity?
What? Can you come again with the
Do
question?
you think there are good evidence for
For
God?
Christianity,
Let's say for God.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course they are.
Okay. Which one you think is the best one for you?
The best evidence. So the best evidence I think so is because that when I see that everything on this earth, either human beings, animals, or even these non-living things, this shows me that it's only because of the power of another thing that's totally different from us. So that it makes me to believe that there's a God that he created either human beings, animals, or another non-living things that belongs to this planet Earth. So that's the biggest evidence for me that made me to believe in God, that God is there.
Sorry. I couldn't catch you. Can you repeat?
So I was saying the biggest evidence that made me to trust or to believe that there is a God. You know that we human being or animals or another non-living things that belongs to this planet Earth. So when you think,
Humans and animals are good evidence for God? That's what you said?
where do you think that we are animals have? Do you think that the animals or we human beings? Where do you think that we are? We are from. We are from where? If there is no God that created us.
Okay. Let's suppose that I don't know the answer.
So
Here's my question. No, NJ, here's my question. Where do you think that God came from?
So that that difficult question for me. Maybe do you know what's um how can I call it? Mm, how do you call maybe God, Son, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit? How do you call that in English?
Trinity.
Trinity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what Trinity is?
I
Mhm.
just help you with the name, so at least you can assume that probably I have some knowledge about it.
Yeah, you have some knowledge. I understand.
What about
But
Trinity?
maybe,
Like, like it's not answering my question.
oh,
So where God came from was the question. Now you're talking about Trinity, and Trinity is not answering that question.
well, I'm sorry, I was, but maybe I do have some knowledge about that.
Maybe
Maybe that we needed the powerful spirit to explain for us.
you need some spirit to explain this.
Yeah, we need a spirit, Holy Spirit to explain
Okay,
for us.
like let's go back to your question, where the humans came from. Maybe mean we need a spirit to explain where we
So no,
come from. Since we don't know the answer can be anything. Anything. Since he's disconnected, let's try to create again. Again. Hey, NJ, I will be in another room, okay?
no.
Yes. I will be in another room.
I'd
You think
cover
that
that
you
with
can
you.
stop me? If you want to talk, just come to the new room, okay? Okay, I hope you heard me. uh, Okay, let's create the last one. This will be the last one. The last room. We have Kumar in our last room.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
Abida.
Where are you from?
I'm from heaven.
Where are you from?
Oh my god. I'll meet you. Reader, Erhan. Okay. Muzmail, Yasin, Layli. Reader left. Okay. Other people are leaving also. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. Bum ba bum bum ba bum bum bum. Ahmed. Okay, guys, welcome to the room. Yeah, the main title says philosophy, but we have specific topics in the room. You can read in the welcome message. And the most important part about this room is this is live on YouTube right now. You should know that. So that you don't complain and, oh, I didn't know that I was on YouTube or I have been recorded. Yes, any topic you choose from here, you may talk about it or we may have a discussion about it.
First, Adol, tell me the YouTube name of your channel.
Full sober. And thanks for being helpful. People mostly ask the link. And it's so easy to find by the name.
Bro, there's not any channel on this name, okay?
There's no any channel with that name.
Yeah, not any.
Was this that you were typing? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I found it, bro.
Okay, someone found it.
You have to search philosopher.
Yeah.
So
Hey man, I see your
are
profile
you
picture.
discussing about the topic or debating with the members?
Like when it comes to debates, I have never had debates. Debates are professional. I'm not professional. I'm just a layman who discuss
Yeah,
about
it's
these
not about.
topics. And yeah,
So
I
what do
just
you wanna explain?
it's not about explaining. Like there are topics. These topics are very specific, and we can discuss about these topics.
Oh, bro, this is just religious matter. We should not talk on this, right?
If you don't want to talk, you're free not to talk. No one is
I know,
forcing you
like
to talk.
this is just religious matter. We should not talk on this.
Okay, I will help you. Now you cannot talk. EJ. So what about you, Nahid?
Yes.
You want to talk about any of those topics?
I am a believer. Um, I believe in God, existence of God.
Which God?
My religion is Islam.
Oh, you believe in Allah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I can ask you a question.
Sure.
Why don't you believe in the God, existence of God?
Yeah,
And why?
because oh, you have another question?
Yeah, how you become atheist?
Okay, I can answer both of them. So why I don't believe a God exists because I don't see good evidence to believe that there is a God. And how I became an atheist, I was a Muslim before, and I started searching more and more, and I realized that I don't have good evidence for my beliefs. And I realized that, and it made me an atheist. So the same answer technically.
You did not find any good evidence.
Yeah, the evidence that I had was not good. That's what I realized.
But there are a lot of evidence in.
That's true. I accept that. There are a lot of evidence. But they're poor.
So can you provide the evidence that why God doesn't exist?
No, I can't say that because I didn't claim that God doesn't exist. I don't know that. I'm not sure whether God exists or not. God exists. Which God exists?
So, first of all, hello everyone. I hope you all doing well.
Elena, I think we are having a problem with your mic.
Actually, mm-hmm. No?
Okay. Now it's different, but with some noise. Do you know Crisp here, Magic Mike?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe you should try to use it.
Okay.
Okay, Nahid. As I said, since it's not my claim that God doesn't exist, I don't have to prove such a claim. It's not my claim.
Okay, yeah, hello everyone.
Hello, PJ.
How are you doing, guys?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
Yeah, it's all good. So, as I can see, you're agnostic. So, I have one question for you. Like, if you don't have any problem to answer.
You can ask me any question you want. Any question. You can imagine any question you can ask. But I don't promise to
Okay.
answer all your questions.
Okay, I just want to know whenever you're in any trouble or you're facing some backlash or something like getting wrong into your life, like who is the one you are going to blame in your life? Like you are not going to pray anyone, you are not going to blame anyone. So
It
what
depends.
what is going?
For
Yeah,
example, if you bring something bad into my life, I'm going to blame you.
no, like you are going to a road and somehow you get slipped and you get hit by something, and then like to whom you are going to blame?
Yeah, like what's that thing that I was being hit?
It may be some
On what?
non-living thing like pole or something,
I don't
some wall or
understand you.
pole,
Some what?
wall.
I'm being hit by the wall?
Yeah,
How is that possible?
you're driving a car. Let's say you're driving a car and you smashed with a wall. Then
Oh, okay, I
to
will blame
whom?
myself. Or if the wall is in the middle of the road, someone put it at night, then I will blame that guy because you cannot put walls in the middle of the road. But if it was just a wall that was not on the way, but I somehow crashed the wall,
And
If I was out of the
Okay.
way, then I will blame myself. Or if
Okay.
it was a car problem, maybe it was some mechanical problem in the car, so I'm going to blame the producer of the car or the repairman who didn't fix it properly. So there are a lot of places that
A
I
lot of
can blame.
scenarios.
Yeah.
Okay, so like something getting wrong daily on like you're getting trouble after every 1 hour or some after some time. Like you're going to blame yourself only for that?
No, no, only again, like I can blame a lot of things based on the scenario.
Okay, so let's take one more example. So you have exam tomorrow, and you have prepared from previous 1 month or 2 months, and you have exam. So you are not going to pray anyone or something. You have that much belief on you, like everything goes well.
I don't believe that everything goes well. I know that everything doesn't go well all the time. So, but like, I'm an atheist. I'm not praying to anyone.
Okay, maybe different mindset. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, there's one more colleague like similar to you. Like he always say that I don't believe in God or anything. I just believe in myself. If something gets wrong with me, and I'm 100% responsible for that. So I say, like everyone has their different mindset, but I believe in God. I usually says to my colleagues that like human being is made by someone. Like they are like and like you can say millions of creature in a world. So there is someone who is handling all the
Your
things
belief, man.
from behind the scenes.
TJ, this is what you believe, okay? So just because you believe
Yeah,
in one thing, that doesn't mean it's true. You may be false about what you believe right now.
yeah. But my point of view says that like there is someone who is handling these things
Now, this is your belief based on what?
based on like isn't you like it's difficult for someone to create that much big world and that
Okay,
much
but that
creature that's
doesn't mean
proper life cycle.
that doesn't mean it has been created by someone. So yeah, things exist. We don't know how exactly and why. But just because something
There's a
exists, let me
mm,
finish. Let me finish. Just because something exists,
sure.
that doesn't mean it has a creator. I can easily prove it to you through your own reasoning, through your own beliefs. For example, you believe God exists, right?
Mm,
So
yeah,
who created God?
no one God
You
is
see, you
created
see, you
to
see, you see, you see. So you see, like there are things who doesn't have creator. You believe in such things.
Bro,
So
I want,
humans exist. This planet exists. This universe exists. Okay, maybe there's no creator. There's these things also for those things also. So if you can believe that something can exist with no creator, why not? You change your mind when it comes to this universe. We don't see any creator. Why you believe that there's a creator for all
bro,
those things?
uh, I want to say that we have a limitation in our brain capacity, so we can't explain it, and
That's why we should say we don't
prob-
know.
we can explain the time. Can you explain about the time?
Uh, just because I
How it,
cannot explain anything, that doesn't mean you're right about
so
your beliefs. Okay, so when
theodores,
we don't explain things, when we're not able to explain things, that means we don't know those things. We are not
so
able to
we
explain those things.
can
That's all.
we can't tell who creates the God.
You
We
cannot
can't.
tell.
Yeah,
But he told me, he said that no one created God. He said that.
yeah. He told us that no
What
one
about
created
you?
God. So we should not um, ask about it again.
Oh,
So
really? I can ask. I
we
can
have a
ask.
limitation in brain.
Yeah,
Uh,
like you have limitation in your brain. That means you have limitation in
we
your
all
brain. You should stop assuming things. If you know
so
that, if you know yourself that you're not able to know everything, maybe you should start assuming. Maybe you should be more honest and you should say that, hey, wait a second. Yeah, universe exists, but I don't know how. That's period, okay?
so
But
I
but
want to say
but you are not doing that. You're saying, hey, wait. We have limitations, but forget about that, man. Forget about that. I think there is a God who created this universe. Why the hell you advise me or teach me that I have limitations? and then you go and assume things that you don't know, that you don't understand. You're the one. Like you're advising me to do something and you're not doing the same thing. If you are aware of your limitations, you should be humble and you should say that I don't know. Okay. But instead you're saying, wait a second, I can explain that. How? I have a religion and explain it. How? Oh, wait a second. There's a cause for this universe. It's intelligent, it's powerful, it's blah blah, it's blah blah. So you're saying that we have limitations, but you should believe in what I say or what this book says. That's not cool. That's not very cool, okay?
Mm, yeah. So how long you are like believes that you are agnostic?
You can say 5, 6 years.
Okay. So can you tell me like is there any incident happen with you,
Incident.
or you are just you don't have that much proof, so you decided that you are agnostic?
I realized that I don't have good evidence. Yeah, then I became an atheist.
Like most of the person like moves to the agnostic when something happens very bad in their life and
I
they
don't
just
know.
believe that there is no God.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I mean, if that's the case,
So,
it's the case, but it's not the case for me. I know that.
okay. So may I know you know about your personal life, like what you do in your
Oh,
like
you may not know.
daily basis? Okay, no worries.
Yeah, those are irrelevant to our topics.
I just want to know about like which what makes you agnostic. That's it.
I just answered what made me agnostic, atheist. I just explained at least 2 times so far.
Okay, okay. I agree with you.
Hey, Pegasus, welcome. Okay, you're not audible today.
Hey,
Oh,
how
you
are
are.
you, philosopher?
Okay,
What's
I'm
up?
okay. How about you?
Good. You still working with some Muslims here or not?
I don't care who are they.
Okay.
If they say they believe a God exists, I'm really happy to talk to them.
Okay.
Not
Sadly, I don't
always.
believe in God, so we don't
Yeah.
have nothing to talk about.
No, come on. Like you remember Jack? We had a small discussion today, and he doesn't believe in God. I don't believe in God, so still we can discuss about things.
Yeah.
And there
But
was another guy who
yeah.
claimed to know that there's no God. We had a bigger discussion with him, but in the end, I had to kick him.
Yeah. Years ago, I used to enjoy talking about this topics, but lately I've been busy with personal problems, so I try sometimes to avoid to talk about it
Mm.
because I found a lot of Muslims here, and the Muslims you can't convince a Muslim about rational thinking because they use religious thinking,
Mm.
and
Yeah,
when they
but
use religious,
that's the mindset, man. And like, if your purpose is to convince them, yeah, maybe you may feel like this, like it sounds like a frustration, and even. But my purpose is not to convince them because, as I see, like the evidence, whatever the evidence is so relative. Like people can be convinced by very small evidence, and what I require is more evidence, and that's very relative. It's subjective. Like the evidence, for example, that I seek for. If I find such kind of an evidence, you may say, "Oh, wait a second, that's so stupid." It doesn't mean it's a god. It doesn't mean it's not God also. So either God exists or God doesn't, or either there are gods or no gods at all. I don't know the answer. So, and any evidence, even if it's very fucking small, very tiny, maybe, yeah, it's an evidence for the God. I don't know that. So people are convinced by small evidence. relatively, the ones that I require.
Right.
But what I'm trying to express always is just saying that, okay, the one that you are showing to me is not enough for me. That's all. Yeah, sometimes, sure, they create, illogical arguments. And I point out that, hey, wait a second, section here. But still, that doesn't mean God doesn't exist. That doesn't mean your God doesn't exist.
Right. Sometimes when they ask me, "Do you believe in God?" I answer to them with the what you mean, because there are many definitions for God.
That's another problem.
Yeah.
That's
For
a problem.
example, there's personal God we have in the Bible and the Yahweh of the Ancient Testament and the Allah of the Muslims, and also different thousands of gods out there from all the history of mankind that was recorded by historians. So they will tell me there's only one God, that is Allah. This is for Muslims. And for the others, some Christians will say Jesus Christ, the Messiah. He was Yahweh for the Jews. But this only one God, how can you prove its existence? The only evidence they can give you, which is not real evidence, is the scripture. They will tell you, what the hell? This is just a book. It was written by some people just centuries ago. Many times it was edited and updated. It's kind of poetic book of literature, some of kind of literature, philosophy, and kind of also some simple writings. That's it. I have already read the Quran. I read it. I read some verses on the Bible. It's all about tales, fairy tales, and miracles that happened centuries ago. But why those miracles don't happen in these centuries?
But we can easily say that just because they don't happen right now, that doesn't mean they didn't happen in the past. So that doesn't follow logically. But
Well,
for the
yeah,
position that you don't believe that they happened because they're not happening right now, that's also reasonable.
right.
But it's not a very good evidence that they, or to claim that they never happened.
But if we imagine that happened in the past, so basically we are reducing our logical reasoning here to the earth.
Yeah. Like we're not assuming that they happened. And
Yeah,
again, my reason is, yeah, because
God
we
is
don't.
dead. So here we can come to the conclusion that God is dead. If these
No,
things,
that's not the only conclusion. Like maybe God doesn't care about the things anymore, or maybe
he's
God has
tired,
another
he's sick.
plan. He can be tired. He can be sick. He can be busy, or maybe he has a plan. Maybe he's not sick, busy, or any other things. Maybe that's how he planned. So, for example, in your life, you plan to do things and you stop doing those things. After that, you don't do those things, right? So you can change your mind or you can have another plan. So we don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah, you know, good reasons to believe that miracles happen. Why should I believe in that? Just because there's a book? No. If that's a good reason, then we should believe in dragons. We should believe in aliens who visited Earth, and
Or the myths that
yeah,
existed.
everything. They're written, therefore they're true. No,
I'm
that's a
gonna
bad
believe in
reasoning.
Zeus, Thor, all these deities
Yeah,
from different mythologies, Greek and from the north.
yeah. Hey, Pegasus. Sorry, but I should take a break right now. I will end the streaming. Also,
Okay,
I
no
will
problem.
be outside of this platform.
Okay, see you next time.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
Thank you.